Today I'd like to talk to you about the last remaining analog satellite TV channel in North America, C-SPAN. C-SPAN was founded in 1979 and has been widely available on cable TV and satellite since it started, but all of those signals went digital years ago. But since its inception, it has been broadcast in the old NTSC analog format on satellite TV. Even to this day, it's still available in analog, unencrypted, free for anybody, on C-band satellite 131 West AMC 11. But on the 31st of October, all of that is going to change as that analog transmission will shut down because C-SPAN is actually moving satellites. And with that move comes the shutdown of their analog feed. And when they move to their new satellite, Galaxy 30, at 125 West on C-band, all of those digital signals will now be encrypted. About a week ago, C-SPAN launched a free streaming app called C-SPAN Now, which allows the public free access to live stream and video on demand footage of the U.S. federal government proceedings. And anybody with a paid cable subscription can log in using their cable provider credentials to have free live access to C-SPAN as well as its companion channels, C-SPAN 2 and C-SPAN 3. And how many TV channels can say that they broadcast in analog and have a streaming app? Most people think C-SPAN is a public service provided by the government to allow people to observe U.S. federal government proceedings, but it is actually a service provided by the cable TV industry. And with about a month to go, if you want to pick up C-SPAN in analog for nostalgia's sake, you're not going to be able to do it with your modern day digital satellite receiver. You're going to have to find an old receiver like this one here. This is an old General Instruments Video Cipher 2 analog satellite receiver that was built back in 1988. And I found it at a local thrift store about a month ago for $10, including the original remote, which was awesome because usually the remotes for these things are long gone. And hooking up this old receiver was just like connecting an old VCR. Run your satellite signal cable into the RF input on the back of the receiver, and using another piece of coax, RF out from the receiver into the coax jack on your TV, put it on channel 3. This is about as good as I could tune this channel. There's something wrong with the color. I think that has something to do with the receiver. Must have some kind of problem with it. But the cool thing about tuning an analog channel is that even moving the dish around a little bit, you still kind of get the channel. There's snow and static, but an analog signal that is not so great is still at least watchable and listenable to, whereas a digital signal, you either have it or you don't. So that's one of the things that I would call the nostalgic charm of analog TV. Unfortunately, that's lost in the digital age.